Canada is known for its stunning landscapes and rich history, but did you know it's also the birthplace of some iconic foods? From sweet treats to savory staples, Canadian culinary creations have left their mark on kitchens around the world. Today, we'll explore a few surprising foods that were invented right here in Canada. What do you call a pizza topped with ham and pineapple? Hawaiian Pizza. Despite its name, Hawaiian Pizza was invented in Canada. In the 1960s, a Greek-Canadian chef named Sam Panopoulos created the dish at his restaurant in Chatham, Ontario. He actually named it after the brand of canned pineapple he used. Poutine. No list of Canadian foods would be complete without mentioning poutine. This beloved dish of French fries, topped with cheese curds and smothered in rich gravy, originated in rural Quebec in the late 1950s. While several towns claim to be the birthplace of poutine, the story remains contested. Some credit Le Lutin Qui Rit, a restaurant in Warwick, where a customer reportedly asked for cheese curds to be added to their fries. Others point to Le Roi Giuseppe in Drummondville, owned by Jean-Paul Roy, who later added gravy to the mix and trademarked his restaurant as the birthplace of poutine with the Canadian Intellectual Property Office in 1990. No matter where it first appeared, poutine has become a symbol of Canadian comfort food, inspiring gourmet variations with toppings ranging from pulled pork to truffle oil. Nanaimo Bars. Created in Nanaimo, British Columbia, this no-bake dessert is one of Canada's most beloved treats. Nanaimo Bars are made up of 3 delicious layers: a base of graham cracker crumbs and shredded coconut, a middle layer of custard-flavored icing, and a thin layer of chocolate ganache on top. The recipe first appeared in the Women's Auxiliary to the Nanaimo Hospital Cookbook in 1952. While many variations exist today, the traditional version remains the favorite. Even Betty Crocker makes a boxed mix for Nanaimo Bars, which is widely available in Canadian grocery stores. California Roll Sushi. Do you like sushi? If so, you've probably heard of the California Roll, a sushi roll made with avocado, cucumber, and cooked crab or imitation crab. Despite its name, this dish wasn't created in California, but in Vancouver, British Columbia. Chef Hidekazu Tojo invented it in the 1980s as a way to introduce people to sushi. By using cooked crab instead of raw fish and hiding the seaweed paper inside the roll under a layer of rice, Tojo made sushi more approachable for North Americans. The California roll helped spark the sushi craze of the 1980s and remains one of the most popular sushi dishes in North America. BeaverTails. Created in Canada's capital city, Ottawa, BeaverTails are a uniquely Canadian dessert. This fried dough pastry is shaped like a beaver's tail and is traditionally topped with cinnamon and sugar. Over time, other delicious toppings have become popular, including Nutella, candy, chocolate, and Oreo cookie bits. Always made fresh, BeaverTails have become a must-try Canadian treat. Peanut butter. While peanut butter in some form has existed for thousands of years, the modern version was invented by Montreal-based pharmacist Marcellus Gilmore Edson in 1884. He created a peanut paste candy designed for people who couldn't chew other treats. Today, peanut butter is a household staple across Canada and beyond. Ginger ale. Canada Dry Ginger Ale got its name honestly. It was indeed invented by a Canadian. Toronto-based pharmacist and entrepreneur John McLaughlin spent the late 1890s and early 1900s perfecting his formula, patenting Canada Dry Ginger Ale in 1907. A cross between spicier ginger beer and flavorless club soda, ginger ale became particularly popular during American Prohibition because its flavor masked the harsh taste of illegally made alcohol. Butter tarts. If there's one distinctly Canadian invention that unites people from coast to coast to coast, it's the butter tart. The first known butter tart recipe was submitted to the Women's Auxiliary of the Royal Victoria Hospital Cookbook by Mrs. Mary Ethel MacLeod from Barrie, Ontario in 1900. While it was considered a new recipe, it likely drew inspiration from older French desserts. While everyone agrees on its Canadian origins, there's much debate over whether pecans, walnuts, raisins, or currants belong in a butter tart. Tourtière. A staple of Quebec cuisine, Tourtière is a savory meat pie traditionally enjoyed during Christmas and New Year's celebrations. Made with a flaky, golden crust and filled with a seasoned mixture of pork, beef, or veal, this dish has been a holiday favorite for generations. The name tourtière comes from the type of dish it was originally baked in. While the classic version hails from Quebec, variations exist across Canada, with some families adding game meat or regional spices to their recipes. Canada's contributions to the culinary world are as diverse and unique as the country itself. Whether you're indulging in a classic butter tart, savoring a plate of poutine, or enjoying a Nanaimo bar, these iconic foods remind us of the creativity and flavor rooted in Canadian culture. So, the next time you enjoy one of these dishes, take a moment to celebrate the Great White North's delicious legacy.